Good evening, everyone. As you can tell here, staff, I'm here with Mr. Swartz, our blended learning liaison, and of course, our Dean of Curriculum, Ms. Davidson. We're going to talk a little bit about what our PD is going to be like on the 16th tomorrow. So we're really, really excited about trying this new format, kind of kicking the tires on a flipped PD, and then getting your feedback on that. But before we talk about that, I kind of want to make sure that I cover some of the events that took place this week. So, Ms. Davidson, if you wouldn't mind, if I could have a couple moments with the staff myself. Team, I know this is a challenging week. It just amazes me how positive all of you are staying. We had our first case of a student who, had COVID. We handled that very well, very detailed, working with our state team that was incredibly supportive, as well as working with DHEC, and we took care. We resolved that, and again, we're so lucky at Meavers to be able to go fully mobile so quick with an entire cohort of students, and then kind of keep moving. So I just appreciate everyone's trust in our decision making. I appreciate everyone continuing to stay positive, and this is such a challenging, trying time, and we survived that first test. So now that we've been through that, we kind of have some protocol, and again, God willing, this pandemic will soon be over. But I just appreciate everyone's professionalism, the way you handled it, your trust in the serve team, and also the support of the state team. And I just wanted you to know just how nice it was to have the state team to kind of bounce ideas off of as we went through that. And remember, we will continue to be very transparent and making sure you're informed about what's taking place here inside our building with our Meavers family. So with that, thank you again. I'm going to go ahead and bring out Ms. Davidson and Mr. Swartz, and we'll get started. Okay, I mentioned a little bit about the flipped PD that's going to be taking place tomorrow, but I'm going to turn it over to our Dean of Curriculum to give a few more details on how excited we are about it and what's going to be taking place.
So we are super excited to host or give our first Flip PD. One of the things that as a serve team we want to emulate is kind of what we want to see in your classrooms. If we can't do it, then we can't expect you to do it. So with that, we know you've gotten the iPads and we've seen some amazing things in your classroom. I've been in so many classrooms where we're using new apps, we're digging deep, and it's awesome. We want to make sure that you have the tools to dig a little bit deeper and not just hit those first 1 or 2 levels of DOK, that depth of knowledge, but you really dig deep and you have those resources available to you. So Swartz has been tasked with kind of finding those apps that will help you do that, explaining them, and really preparing you to use them in the classroom. So I'm going to turn it over to him to explain what he did and what you guys are going to be doing this week or on Friday.
Hey guys, so as Davidson was talking about, we're doing the Flip PD. I also tried to make it self-paced, so I wanted you guys to be able to take as long as you needed on each app, or if you're like, oh man, I already know about Kahoot, you don't have to spend 15-20 minutes on it. So with that, I broke down every DOK level into like a tree format, where you've got DOK level 1 and 2, and I've got 4 apps for each DOK level. Now, that's not the end-all, be-all. There's more apps than what I put on there, but I just wanted to kind of give you guys an idea. And what we're going to be asking is that you take a look at each of these apps, think about how you can utilize them in the classroom, and then provide feedback on a Padlet to let us know what you thought of the apps, let us know how you might be able to incorporate them into the classroom. And then, like Ms. Davidson said, we're also doing that as we're doing it on a Padlet, so it's going to be all electronic. But that's the gist of the PD, guys, is I want y'all to take a look at some apps, get some really awesome ideas, and then let us know how you're going to use these in the classroom.
And then with that, this as we move into next week, in our PLCs, it's going to be an extension of the activities that you did on Friday. So we want to hear what apps that you love, share some apps that you found that fit within those different DOK levels, what we can do better. We love to be reflective, just like you are when you do a lesson. When we plan PD, we want to reflect on what we can do better, how we can help you. And then we want to kind of wrap it up in those PLCs dig in more into the DOK levels and help you be better teachers.
Hey, listen, guys. First of all, Ms. Davidson, Mr. Swartz, I'm very impressed with what we've got going on. I'm anxious to see the feedback. Hey, Swartzy, I know you've shown me, and then later I know in the agenda you've got the link for it, but do you mind giving them a quick preview of either what the agenda may look like or what you've done with the DOK circle and how you've adjusted that? Just a brief preview.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me go ahead and pull up my Google Drive here real quick, so that way I can get the agenda pulled up for you guys. But I do have the DOK and the PD already pulled up, so I'll go ahead and share my screen with y'all. All right. Here we are. That looks crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. All right. So right here we have our DOK levels. So essentially, when you open up the PD, it's going to say there's a tool for that. It's going to be Friday, tomorrow, Friday, October 16th. So I was originally going to have there's an app for that, but Apple trademarked that. So hey, man, not about ready to get into a legal battle with Apple. All right. So I'm going to go ahead, and this video that you're watching right now is going to be placed right here in the instructions. So that way, if you ever need to reference it again, it's going to be right here on the PD. Then when we go down, we have our DOK levels. We have recall, reproduction, skills and concept, and basic and extended thinking. And these are those verbs that Webb had defined for each of the DOK levels. So that way, what level you're hitting based on your verbiage in the classroom and what you expect of your students. Now, if we scroll down to the final page there, we do have the same levels, level 1 and 2, and level 3 and 4. But each level, I now have different apps or websites that I've looked up to actually kind of review for you guys. So, for example, if you were to click on the Hemingway app, it would bring you to a video that I have done. And what I'll do, since I can't click on it, I will copy that link and just kind of show y'all real quick. So if I go paste in that link where you would click, it's going to have an overview of the Hemingway app for y'all. With that, let me go ahead and bring up the agenda so that way I can show y'all what we're talking about. So we have our agenda for the 16th, and everything in here is hyperlinked, so everything is going to be clickable. So we're going to have that video that we're doing today. Here's a sign-in form with Google, so that way we just know that you're participating, that you're active. It's going to have a link to the PD itself. And then finally, there's going to be that response form on Padlet that I would like you all to fill out just so we can get some feedback and start working on incorporating these tools into the classroom. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I will turn it back over to either Mr. Stickle or Miss Davidson.
Yeah, listen, guys, I'm thoroughly impressed. I can't wait to see the results. If you don't mind, Swartzy, maybe you can share those results of the Padlet even as you're getting it with Miss Davidson and I to see the staff feedback. And I almost view it like 3 levels of PD. We know that DOK, focusing on the complexity of what we're teaching is so critical for our success and the success of our students and of our building as we start looking at preparing our students for the future and the state assessments. Also integrating the iPads, it's so important. And we've all been impressed, from our first day of receiving them and having the NEI training, how quickly we started using them, but taking them to another level. So I see it almost as a DOK training and an iPad training. And then on top of that, kind of modeling the instructional strategies that we want our teachers maybe to start working toward, particularly in this mobile time and kind of having a flipped classroom with the flipped meeting. So I almost view it, with all these different levels of our PD, and I love that, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that feedback. I also appreciate the fact that we're going to get some feedback through the PLCs for us to know, how we can tweak, what we can adjust, and we don't want to be in a situation where we feel great about it, but the staff really didn't get anything out of it. And of course, there's nothing more exciting than when we can get into classrooms on Monday and Tuesday and actually see some of the things and hear some of the excitement and the buzz from the PD. So I just really appreciate your guys' effort with everything going on to put this together for the staff. And I think they're going to find it to be really exciting also. Any last words, Ms. Davidson? Great work on this. Anything you'd like to add?
Nope, that's it. I think it's going to be a great opportunity for our teachers to learn about new apps. I'm really excited to see some of those apps used in the classroom.
Excellent. And Swartzy, anything you'd like to add?
No, it was a lot of fun finding out what apps fit my criteria and then getting them and reviewing them and passing them on to the teachers. I really enjoy passing that knowledge on.
Yeah, and it was just again, these guys put so much work into this, and let me just tell you this whole secret about being a principal: surround yourself with people who are smarter than you. And again, I'm so blessed to have this serve team. So thank you guys, and enjoy your PD day.